everyone, this is Naomi, and this is a TLDR guide on how to play Grand Life. In Grand Life, the goal is essentially to learn songs. So we do training to gain tokens, and then we use these tokens to do technical lessons and song lessons. One thing to note about training is that if it's a friendship training, you can get 2 types of tokens. If it's not a friendship training, you can only get 1 type of token. This is why friendship training is super important, and cards with high special priority like Kita-san, the new Tachyon, CB Wait, Daiwa Scarlet Wait are very good for this scenario. And you'll also want to click any friendship training that has Like Hello in it, because Like Hello has a chance to give you 20 tokens of a random type from here, so that really helps you to ramp up your tokens quickly. One thing to note about the effects from lessons, the green skill here in the top row will always apply immediately once you learn the lesson, but the skill below here in red will only apply once you do your next pro life / concept. So how do song lessons work? The way I like to understand it is that it's a progress. So I need to do X number of lessons to be able to unlock my next song. So it's like a progress of tech lessons in order to reach your next song. And how this progress works is you can see there's this table here that I've gotten from Game Tora. What this table means is the number of lessons required before you can unlock your next song. So let's say this is the first phase here. We start from here. We do 1 tech lesson, then we can do 1 song lesson. We can do 2 tech lessons, and then we unlock our next song. 3 tech lessons for the next song, and then we go to here. 4 tech lessons for 1 song, 4 tech lessons for 1 song, 2 tech lessons for 1 song, 2 tech lessons for 1 song, and so on. It will repeat here. It will keep repeating here until the next phase starts. But we usually won't be able to reach the end because there's only so many tokens you can get in 1 phase. There are 2 key points that you need to remember about the tech lesson progress is that your tech lesson progress will not be carried over to the next phase. So you shouldn't do any tech lessons unless you know that you can reach your next song unlock. An example here is, let's say I do my tech lesson and then I unlock a song, I do the song lesson here, and then I do another 1 tech lesson. But I don't have enough to unlock my next song, and then I just do my concert here. So usually in the next phases, you need 2 lessons to unlock your next song. However, your 1 tech lesson here will not count towards that progress. So essentially, when you go to the next phase, it will start at 0 lessons again. So your progress will be wasted here. And this is another tech that you can do here. So if you unlock your next song lesson but you don't learn it, you can actually save it for the next phase. Following this example, let's say we do tech lesson, and then we unlock our next song, but we don't learn it yet. So instead of learning it before the concert, we save it, do the concert, and then we only learn the song after the concert. And this song lesson that we save here actually counts towards the progress to your next song. So let's say you need 2 lessons for your next song. And here, because we already did 1 song lesson, we only need to do 1 more tech lesson, and then we can do our next song lesson again. So what this means is that we essentially skipped 1 tech lesson by doing this. And this is one way to save your tokens. And here are some general rules that I would say to follow. If you generally don't really want to do the math for everything, because there's actually a ratio of tokens if you want to unlock everything. You don't want to min-max that much. The general rule is to just balance all of your tokens, so whichever tokens you have the most, you can try to use them first in the technical lessons. So that ensures that you are able to keep learning more lessons and learning more song lessons. And for the priority of which song to learn first, the friendship bonus songs are the most important. There are 3 of them from the start of the run that you can learn, and you really want to get these immediately in the first phase before junior year ends. I'll explain this later, but so friendship bonus is the most important, followed by specialty rate up, and then lastly is support event chance up. And other than that, the second priority, so for the top effect, generally skill point or stat gain per training is more important. So that's effects that can increase how many skill points or stats you gain from training. So let's say +2 skill point per training, and then +2 speed stat gain per training. Those are more important than raw stat gains, because raw stat gains are like permanent numbers, while these stat gain increases are, you know, they stack up. As for the resting technical lesson, I don't really recommend it because it's expensive, and I think it's only really okay to take it if you have like a lot of excess tokens of that certain type, that it's okay even if you spend it, or if you really need that energy somehow. Maybe like, let's say during summer where you can't use like Hello's recreation, then maybe you can try to rest instead. Otherwise, I don't think it's worth it, because you would end up spending a lot of tokens if you keep taking the rest. And of course, as I said earlier, clicking Rainbow is good, click like Hello is good. And as I mentioned earlier, there are these three tracks that you can get in junior year that increase your friendship bonus, your friendship training. So you essentially want to target to get all 3 of them if you can. If you can't, you would at least need 2 of them, or your numbers are going to be pretty bad. And this is why people say that Grand Life is very doable, because your RNG really depends on whether you can get these friendship bonus tracks in junior year. If you don't get them, your numbers are gonna suck. That's why a lot of min-maxing runs we really just do if we don't see these tracks. And this is also like a ratio of the tokens that you need to practice all the songs. One thing to note is that you see this Wheel token has the least number, so technically that means that this type of token is the most dispensable. So yeah, just keep that in mind and have fun with the scenario. I hope I didn't explain things too long. I'll also include the scenario guide in the comments below. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And see you in the next guide video. Thanks for watching.